LTU Sports Report is brought to you by the City of Southfield, the center of it all, and Hungry Howie's, famous for flavor.
Hello and welcome inside the LTU studios for another amazing edition of the LTU Sports Report. I'm Jason Ross Jr. Today's episode will feature highlights from the Blue Devil hockey team for a conference matchup against U of M-Dearborn. And later on in the show, we'll have a Black History Month segment showcasing one of LTU's outstanding student organizations. Plus, we have another get-to-know student-athlete segment for you as well. And spring is right around the corner, so we caught up with the golf team as they prepare for their upcoming season.
I think this upcoming season, we're mainly looking for just getting stronger as a team and growing as a team together. I think that's the biggest concepts. We're really focusing on team bonding and just connecting, and hopefully that helps us on the course of play. So golf is definitely a unique sport when it comes to individual play versus team play. On the course, though, we're pretty much stacked up, so if we see our teammates, we'll usually wave to them, or if we're stacked up on like a hole, we'll definitely stop and talk to them and ask like, hey, how's your game going? And if it's not going well, then we just try to boost them and stuff, and we'll have our coaches out there too to help us a little bit. So it's mainly just trying to stay within the mind game and think of the next hole and the next shot, not what happened previously. With golf, it's important to practice every day. You need to continually work on your swing and just practice, and especially the mindset of it. If you stop practicing, then you can kind of get into a rut where you think more negative instead of positive, and it's all about comfortable and having feel. With the team, actually, we came up with 3 team goals that we wanted for the season. Most of it was focusing on academics and team play more than anything. So we have a goal to have about 3.5 GPA overall, to have a team score of around 330, 335. And then just to do like team bonding at least twice a month, just to keep everybody in check and up to date on everybody's lives.
The golf team swings their spring season off Thursday, March 12th for the LTU Spring Break Invitational in Opelika, Alabama. Another spring sport will start their season soon as well, and this week's Get to Know segment features a student athlete from the women's tennis team.
My name is Karen Minnes. I'm part of the tennis team and I major in biomedical engineering. My celebrity crush used to be Justin Bieber, obviously, because he's so cute. And when you're younger, you just like his music, and it's just Justin Bieber. And now I grow older, I don't really have a crush, but I do like Rafael Nadal. He's just amazing. He's just a good role model. My favorite superhero is Spider-Man, just because I love his movies and how he swings around town. It's just so cool. I would be a part of Mean Girls, just because I haven't actually been a Mean Girl, and sometimes I watch the movies and it's just kind of funny. I'm like, yeah, you go, girl. Or my favorite vacation spot is Brazil. I went to Brazil like a year ago. It was amazing. It was so nice. Weather's always great. Everyone was really nice, and the food was just delicious. It's so good. No, everything with chocolate, to be honest. Like good chocolate cake, or some fudge brownie. Fudge brownie is amazing. It's good, yeah.
Well, the tennis teams will kick off their season next week with the women facing off against Spring Arbor on Tuesday, February 11th. And well, the LTU football team had a big announcement earlier this week with interim head coach Avante Mitchell selected to be the permanent football head coach on campus. We caught up with Coach Mitchell just moments after the big announcement was made in front of their Blue Devil football squad.
I'm elated. I mean, this is a gift from God. I mean, I'm from Detroit. I've been here for the majority of my life outside of my coaching style, so it's kind of taken me away here or there. But this is a phenomenal university. It's located in a great place, and we have a great institution here where the degree here takes you far beyond many other. So it's been about, I think, roughly a 2-month process. I was tabbed the interim head coach, I believe, back on December the 6th, and we're kind of in the hotbed of recruiting, so we've just been transitioning, trying to rally the troops and also drive home a great recruiting class that we've been working on, and most importantly, just continue to build a foundation of our program as we take the next step forward. I think the biggest thing will be culture. I think that's something that's going to be very, very huge in us. The culture that myself and our staff we put in place will be very key on the future of our football program. This will be my 8th year within the Mid-States Conference. It's the best conference in the country. What will help us the best is the fact that we've got tons of experience from this past year and even the year prior. So we will build upon that experience. The foundation of our roster right now, those young men who are part of what they call the first 45, first 45 young men who came into the school and signed first. We got a great portion of those guys still here. We're going to build upon that foundation and use the experience that we had, and on top of that, bring in our next crop of recruits.
Well, it's time for a quick break, but before we go, LTU invites high school students involved with STEM to come out tomorrow, Saturday, February 8th, for Extreme Science Saturdays. This is an opportunity that gives participants hands-on experience using state-of-the-art equipment in a modern lab. Cost is just $15 per student, and for more information, you can head over to ltu.edu right now, and the LTU Sports Report returns after the break.
We're getting reports that you have over 40,000 flavor combinations.
That's right.
May I examine one, ma'am? Is this real cheese?
100% real mozzarella, officer.
Explain this dough.
Made fresh daily.
I'm gonna have to confiscate this as evidence.
Aren't you a mall cop?
All units, someone's in the fountain.
10-4, Tiger on the prowl.
Treat yourself to the world's first stuffed flavored crust pizza. And now, for just $6.99, try our new stuffed Howie bread.
Hungry?
Howie!
Welcome back to the LTU Sports Report. Since this month is Black History Month, we'd like to spotlight a group here at LTU that is hosting a series of events all month long. Let's go check it out.
The Black Student Union is, I think, really important to have on Lawrence Tech, in particular since that African American students are a minority, not only in the country, but also represented here at Lawrence Tech. Even though Detroit is a largely African American community, they're important because oftentimes the voices of African American students are kind of downplayed, partly because we are a minority, but then also since there's not really a large number of us in a kind of collective state. So having a Black Student Union sort of creates a space for African American students to come together and really sort of voice their concerns that they have or ideas that they want to see the university improve on. So it's a good way to get a large voice from a small minority. So we're having a lot of really exciting events coming up this month. In particular, we're having hypnotist Chris Jones come in on the 13th of February, and then on the 19th, we're doing a screening of the film Black Klansman, which is one of my favorites, and so I'm really excited for that. Then for a special feature at the end of the month, from the 24th through the 27th, the Black Student Union will be hosting an event in the atrium revolving around segregation. Do you see it? We're a super great organization to have on campus. We love new members, and we're looking for a lot of new people who are looking to step up and help be a leadership in the Black Student Union, as well as just come hang out and have some events and be members. You don't need to be Black to be a member of the Black Student Union. We're welcome for anyone to come in who is looking to learn more and help give a voice to minority students on campus.
Well, the Blue Devil hockey team has quite the stretch ahead of them. On Thursday night, LTU traveled to U of M Dearborn for the first of 3 games in 3 days. Let's check out how the first game went down.
The Lawrence Tech hockey team hit the road to face the Wolverines of Michigan-Dearborn in a rare Thursday night game. This is the first of 3 games this weekend. Can they knock off the 6th-ranked Wolverines? Let's find out. Starting in the first period, Michigan-Dearborn wasted no time as they would score just 37 seconds into the game. And the first period would belong to the Wolverines as they would close the period up 2-0. Moving on to the second period, the Blue Devils would settle down, and it would be the Seattle, Washington native Sean Pilot who would find the back of the net. The helper came from senior Alex Shaluter and freshman Patrick McGowan. This would be the Blue Devils' first and only goal of the game. Lawrence Tech's scoring woes continues as they would go on to drop this game 5-1.
Our strategy was come out and try to defend and win battles. We did that for the most part, but against a quality team like Dearborn, you just can't lose even a couple of battles. So that was, for the most part, the difference.
I think we just need to stick with our system, keep shutting them down, take away their speed. We were doing that pretty well in spurts in the first and second, and it limits their opportunities while giving us some offensive jump too.
We have 2 more games, Friday night, Saturday night, back at our place Friday. We'll get back, we'll regroup. We had 2 players out of the lineup tonight, so we'll welcome both of them back and certainly be added value. So we'll recharge ourselves and come back and work tomorrow.
That's all the time we have for you today on the LTU Sports Report. It is a busy weekend for my fellow Blue Devils. The hockey team continues to battle U of M Dearborn, and tonight is senior night at Farmington Hills Ice Arena. Puck drop is at 5:45 p.m. Saturday's game is back at Dearborn. Puck drop will be at 7 p.m. The bowling teams will compete in the MSC Collegiate Classic in Indianapolis on Saturday and Sunday. Plus, the basketball teams travel to Madonna on Saturday afternoon. Women's tip-off is at 1 p.m. with the men at 3 p.m. There's action inside Don Riddler Saturday afternoon as the men's volleyball team welcomes Robert Morris for a 1 p.m. matchup. One last date to remember before we go. On February 10th at 11:30 a.m., Lawrence Tech invites all students, faculty, and staff to join us for the dedication of the Harold Writing Center. Go to ltu.edu for more information. For Jason Ross Jr., I'm Jenna Skalski. Have a fantastic weekend, everybody.